I never realized it. First place I went to was to go get an MRI. I've never had one before. I don't even know what the machine looked like. When they showed me the machine, I thought it was a big-ass air fryer. I'm like, this is nice right here. I'm like, how many wings fit in here? I had never seen one before, you know? So I go get an MRI. My insurance is not very good, I learned. So I learned that. So they sent me to go get a lab, like way in the hood. So I'm like, you know, I go in there and I'm waiting. I'm nervous, right? I'm doing one of these. And the lab tech comes out. I've never seen a lab tech like that buff. Big ass fool. Big mustache, tattoos, muscles. His muscles were so big he couldn't put his arms down. Like it looked like he was taking a prom picture forever, just like this, you know what I mean? I was like, that's a buff motherfucker right there. So he comes out and he goes, Jesus Trejo? I'm like, right here. He's like, follow me, big dog. I'm like, oh, all right. I've never been called big dog in this setting before, but hey, I'm listening to you now. So we walk in and he's walking in front of me. I'm just following him. He's like, hey, speed up, big dog. I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever you need, man. Big dog. I've never heard that vernacular before in that setting. But it makes you listen. You're like, yeah, no, I'm listening. So we walk into this dark room. He's looking at his, paperwork. He goes, all right, first things first, if you don't mind, I need you to put on this hospital robe. Get naked, put the robe on. I'll see you in a minute. And I look at the robe. It's the nastiest thing I've ever seen. The robe is still in the shape of the last person who wore it. I go, hey, man, I can't wear this, man. Can I just go on my boxers? He goes, hey, big dog, it's a sanitary issue. I said, what is? He goes, we don't want you touching none of the equipment. So get naked, put the robe on. I said, bro, with all due respect, this is a sanitary issue. He goes, get naked, put the robe on. I'll see you in a minute. He leaves. And I got to put it on. And I kept thinking, I'm like, I don't know who invented the hospital robe, but you're not done inventing the hospital robe. Whoever invented it forgot the most important part. You know what part that is? The part where it closes from behind. Every hospital robe, you put it on, you gotta hold that shit from behind. Your ass is out the whole time. That's not a good feeling, man. I feel like hospital robes are lingerie for sick people. Just by definition, what does a piece of lingerie do for somebody? They get you in the mood. Same thing with a hospital robe. Even if you felt healthy in the lobby, you put on the robe, you start feeling sick. Your eyes start closing. Your back starts arcing. You're like, whoa, what the fuck happened? I felt fine 1 minute ago. And there you are with the robe, holding it from behind, vulnerable. The guy walks in, it looks like you have flowers for the guy. Like, here, I got you something. Thank you, big dog. So I put on the robe. Oh, by the way, you want to piss off a medical professional? Put the robe on the other way. And just wait for that fool to come in like, what's up, man? They don't like it. Hey, big dog, the other way, man. It's like, you said robes go this way. I don't know what this is. They don't like it. So I put the robe on and he goes, all right, thanks for putting the robe on. Follow me, we're gonna go to the next room. And we go to the next room and I'm walking, got my little robe on, like taking little steps. I've never worn a skirt before, but it's hard to walk, ladies. I give you respect. I'm doing these little walks. After a while, you have to like scoot around just to catch up. And we make it, right? We make it into the room and he turns on the light. I see the big air fryer looking thing. He goes, all right, here we go. So he goes to the machine. He takes out the gurney and goes, all right, big dog, if you don't mind, please have a seat. So I go over there, but I'm looking at him like, hey, don't be peeking, bro. So I get to the gurney and I let go of the robe. I sit down, boom, ass cheeks right on the gurney. You ever sit on something so cold it makes you instantly upset? The guy goes, hey, big dog, what's wrong? I said, my ass cheeks are on the gurney. He's like, no, they're not. I said, bro, look. He's like, put your leg down. My bad. I felt like you didn't believe me. That's why I did that. I said, you don't have it like tissue paper you can put down? Tracing paper at this point? I hate that paper at the doctor's office. When you sit on, it sucks. Even if you sit still, it makes sounds. You ever notice that? It's like, what the fuck's moving? Are my balls moving? Oh, the worst is when the doctor tells you to get up and walk towards them. You just bring the whole roll with you. You're just standing there, CVS receipt amount of paper hanging out of you. Reward bucks, look at that. So there I am, vulnerable, just sitting there. Again, ladies, I give you respect with the skirts. I don't know how you do it. I learned how to cross my legs and everything. Right, you gotta do the thing, you cross and then you turn and you cover the window. You don't want people peeking, you know what I mean? I get it. And there I am, I'm waiting, so he, the lab tech comes back in, he goes, all right, we're gonna get started. I said, all right, let's do it. For some reason, he goes, you're my last patient of the day. I'm like, all right. He goes, if we do this correctly, you and I can get out of here quick. I said, great. He's like, your MRI is gonna take 30 minutes. I said, okay. He's like, so you can't move? I said, hold on. 30 minutes, like how long are they usually? He goes, 1 hour. I said, well, why is mine 30? And he looked at my paperwork, he goes, your insurance only covers 30 minutes. I'm like, I need better health insurance. I said, are you gonna find what you're looking for? He goes, I hope so, big dong. First time I see him crack a smile, he goes, I hope so, big dong. I'm like, you're not a nice guy, man. He goes, we're gonna get started. So one thing you should know is that you can't move. If you move, we're gonna have to start over. Do you understand? I said, I understand. He goes, the way these things work, they're very sensitive. If you move, big dog, we're done. We have to start over. Even if we're 1 minute away. I'm like, all right. He goes, do me a favor and don't move. I said, I got it. He's just looking at me. I said, what? Don't move. I'm like, I heard you, bro. Now, when somebody tells you not to move that many times, what do you want to do? You want to move. So I tell myself, don't move. Get stiff. I didn't know I was doing a plank, but planks are not good. They're tough to do, especially if you're unathletic like me. So I get stiff. They put me in there. 5 minutes into it, I realize this shit is not sustainable. I'm in there shaking, covered in sweat. My nose hair, I can hear it growing. I'm so itchy, like, oh man, I'm trying not to scratch. And it's bugging me. I'm trying to scratch. I'm like, but if I move, we're gonna start over. So I kind of screwed myself by stiffening up like this. And I want to scratch so bad, so I get this bright idea. I'm like, oh, just make your nose hair vibrate. You can kind of scratch them, so I go into it. And, The guy cuts on. What's going on in there, big dog? I said, it's not going good, man. He said, what's the problem? I said, I'm shaky, sweaty, I'm itchy. He goes, you can't scratch. I said, I want to. He said, you got 10 minutes left, big dog, just hang in there. I said, I can't, I want to scratch right now. He goes, I tell my patients to spell the word scratch in your mind. It'll get rid of it. I said, I did already. He said, did it help? I said, I misspelled it because I'm too itchy to think right now. He said, don't move. I'm like, fuck it, just start over, man. That MRI took 2 hours for me. My insurance covers 30. That was expensive for me.